कल खाली डब्बा भेजने के लिए आपका शुक्रिया। वैसे वो खाना मैंने अपने हस्बैंड के लिए बनाकर भेजा था और जब डब्बा वापस आया तो ऐसा लगा कि घर आकर आज वो मुझसे कुछ कहेंगे। कुछ घंटों के लिए सोचने लगी कि दिल का रास्ता वाकई पेट से होकर जाता है। उन घंटों के बदले आज भेज रही हूँ पनीर, मेरे हस्बैंड का फेवरेट। ईला।
Hey, what's up guys, welcome back to Indian Kitchen Abroad. This week we are making Paneer Kofta from the Lunchbox in the memory of Irrfan Khan, one of the greatest actors and one of my favorite actors. Let's start with making the paneer. Obviously, you can use store-bought paneer, but if you want to make your own paneer, bring this milk to a boil and in the meantime, squeeze the juice of a lemon. You can use vinegar also instead of lemon juice, or you can use a mix of lemon juice and vinegar. You would need about 4 to 5 tablespoons of lemon juice or vinegar for 1 gallon of milk. Start with 4 tablespoons first and add more if necessary. This pot is not induction compatible, so I'm gonna bring you back here. Now keep stirring the milk so it doesn't burn at the bottom. And right before it starts to boil, when you see that light foam forming on the surface, add the lemon juice or vinegar and continue cooking until the milk breaks and form into curds. You will be able to clearly see the milk forming into curds. If it doesn't form into curds even after 15 minutes, add more acid, 1 tablespoon at a time. And by acid I mean lemon juice or vinegar. I'm adding some cumin seeds and black pepper in the paneer. This is optional, but adding few spices will give some flavor to the paneer. When you see the whey clearly on the surface, strain this through a cheesecloth and a strainer. Now we have to wash the paneer with cold water to remove the citric acid flavor, and also it cools down the cheese. Gather the corners of cheesecloth and squeeze out the excess liquid from paneer. Form this paneer into a block and put this under some weight to remove that extra moisture. I'm using a cutting board and some weight. Don't even ask me why I have that weight. You can use a bowl of water or some kind of weight. Weigh this down for about 30 to 45 minutes and that's paneer. Cover this tightly with a plastic wrap and this will stay good for at least 4 to 5 days in the fridge. I'm putting this in the freezer for about 15 minutes now. I'm going to grate this to make the koftas. Storing the paneer in freezer for a few minutes makes it easier to grate. In the meantime, let's make the sauce for curry. Roughly slice an onion and add this to a saucepan along with 3 tomatoes roughly chopped. We're going to blend all of these together after sauteing for a few minutes, so you can just chop them roughly. Also add 5 to 6 green cardamom pods, 1 cinnamon stick and 5 to 6 dried red chilies for some heat and color. Add about a tablespoon of oil and saute everything for 4 to 5 minutes until the skin on tomatoes wrinkle. I forgot to add ginger before. Roughly chop about an inch of ginger and add that also to the saucepan. While that's going on, grate the paneer. If you try making koftas with just paneer, it doesn't hold the shape, it crumbles. So we need some kind of binding agent, starch. You can use some flour along with water. You can use all-purpose flour, corn flour or even gram flour, besan. But I'm using boiled potatoes. You don't have to use any water if you're using potatoes. And it's been about 8 minutes for the onions and tomatoes and the skin on tomatoes is wrinkled. Add about a cup of water and let that cook for about 10 minutes on medium heat. Grate the potatoes and add that to the paneer. Mix both paneer and potatoes and check if it holds the shape or not. If it doesn't hold the shape, add more potatoes. The onions and tomatoes are done. Let this cool down for a few minutes and blend. Now it's time to make the koftas. Add some salt according to your taste, a pinch of turmeric powder, red chili powder according to your taste, a teaspoon of Garam Masala, a teaspoon of Fennel Powder, a teaspoon of Cumin Powder and a teaspoon of Cardamom Powder. Don't add too much of turmeric powder or red chili powder. That totally discolors the paneer. I'm also adding some nuts, almonds and cashew nuts, and finally some fresh coriander leaves. Mix all of this thoroughly, taste it and adjust the seasoning according to your taste. In the movie, koftas are stuffed with green peas. I'm also doing the same. I'm using frozen peas. Now form the paneer into lemon-sized balls, flatten them and make some sort of a cup for the peas. Add the peas into that cup, cover and form them into balls again. Apply gentle pressure so that there are no cracks. Roll them in flour, dust off the excess and they are ready to fry. Rinse and repeat. This is optional. I'm giving all the koftas a second coating of flour. This makes the outer layer even more crispy. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm deep frying the koftas. You can shallow fry them or pan fry them if you want. It's your call. Heat the oil to about 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 175 degrees Celsius. Gently drop the koftas and fry them until they become golden brown and crispy. Repeat the same for all koftas and place them on a wire rack or paper towels to drain the excess oil. I'm pushing the limits here by adding too many koftas to the oil. Don't do that. This is dangerous. It's hot oil. Let that excess oil drain and that's koftas. Stuffed koftas. Let's see how I did on the stuffing. I don't know about you, I think that looks beautiful. And taste wise, they are really good. Before I eat all of them, let's make the sauce. Heat about a tablespoon of oil and add the cumin seeds. When they start sizzling, add 2 cloves of finely chopped garlic. Cook that for a minute and saute a teaspoon of ginger and garlic paste for a couple of minutes until you get rid of the raw smell from ginger and garlic. Then goes the spices. A teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 tablespoon of coriander powder, and a teaspoon of cumin powder. Saute these for a few seconds and add a splash of water so you don't burn the spices. Then strain the blended sauce to remove all the tomato skin and other unnecessary stuff. I'm adding chicken stock here just because I made it the other day. You can just add water. Reduce this sauce until it coats the back of a spoon. Now taste it and adjust the seasoning. This is the first time we are adding salt, and it's time to add the cream now. Turn down the heat, add about 1/4 cup of cream and mix it thoroughly. Bring this to a final boil and finish it with a teaspoon of Garam Masala, a sprinkle of Fennel Powder, dried Fenugreek leaves, Kasuri Methi, and fresh Coriander Leaves. Add the koftas to the sauce. Usually I don't add koftas to the curry. When they sit in that curry they go soggy, but the movie demands it, so you don't have to do this, and don't do this. When you're serving, add the koftas in a serving bowl and then add the curry on top of the koftas. That way the koftas will stay crispy when you're eating. And that's it. Finish it with cream and fresh coriander leaves. And I made some rotis also. I don't carry a lunchbox anymore, so I don't have one, but I'm going to finish this right now. And I don't have to say this was really good. The only addition I would do is adding some raisins to the koftas. I think that will give some additional sweetness to the koftas. Even these are really good. That's it for today guys. I'll see you next time.